Damian Wayne is the son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul. His paternal lineage connects him to Batman, while his maternal heritage links him to Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins. Raised and trained from birth by the League, Damian mastered advanced combat techniques, weapon proficiency, stealth, and strategic thinking. His early life was defined by discipline and lethal conditioning under the League's methods, which conflicted with the moral code of his father, who rejects killing. Damian's existence was concealed from Bruce Wayne until he was introduced to him as a child. When Talia presented Damian to Bruce, it was part of a larger plan involving her father's organization. Damian's arrival disrupted Bruce's established life and challenged his approach to mentorship and heroism. Despite their differences, Damian eventually joined Bruce and his allies in Gotham City and assumed the mantle of Robin, becoming the fifth individual to take on the role. Within the Bat family, Damian represents both continuity and change. He is the biological heir to the Wayne legacy and a symbol of generational transition within Gotham's network of vigilantes. His dual heritage from the Waynes and the Al Ghul forms the foundation of his personal conflict, forcing him to balance his inherited instincts with the ethical principles of Batman's mission. As Robin, Damian has worked alongside multiple members of the Bat family, including Dick Grayson when he temporarily operated as Batman. Beyond Gotham, Damian's collaboration with Jonathan Kent in the Super Sons series demonstrates his integration into a broader circle of next-generation heroes. These alliances illustrate his gradual movement from isolation and arrogance toward cooperation and moral clarity. Damian's defining struggle lies in overcoming his upbringing and reconciling his assassin's training with his father's moral restraint. Over time, he evolves from a disciplined but ruthless fighter into a more balanced hero, committed to justice without lethal force. His development reflects the merging of two opposing legacies, one of vengeance and one of protection. In the modern era, Damian Wayne stands as a central figure among DC's younger heroes. He embodies the convergence of legacy, conflict, and renewal. His continued growth within Gotham's protectorate and his alliances with other emerging heroes position him as a key representative of the new generation within the DC universe. John Kent is the son of Clark Kent and Lois Lane. His father is Superman, a Kryptonian hero dedicated to protecting Earth, while his mother is a human journalist known for her integrity and investigative skill. As a hybrid of Kryptonian and human lineage, John inherits his father's powers alongside his mother's humanity and perspective. His existence comes to light following the multiversal events of Convergence, where realities converge and previously separate timelines overlap. Afterward, John begins appearing alongside his parents and gradually develops abilities linked to his Kryptonian physiology. Under the name Superboy, he joins the ranks of young heroes and begins learning to balance his powers with responsibility and empathy. John's early adventures focus on his upbringing and his gradual understanding of his heritage. He later forms a partnership with Damian Wayne, where the two represent the emerging generation of heroes within the DC universe. Their teamwork highlights John's optimism and moral grounding, contrasting with Damian's sharper disposition. Following his father's absence on an extended mission, John assumes the mantle of Superman. Operating primarily in Metropolis, he carries on the mission of defending humanity and upholding the ideals associated with the House of El. In this role, he takes a broader approach to heroism, addressing global and social challenges as well as physical threats. John's Kryptonian abilities include superhuman strength, flight, invulnerability, enhanced senses, heat vision, freeze breath, and accelerated healing. His human side provides emotional balance and moral depth, allowing him to interpret power through empathy rather than dominance. This blend of traits defines his leadership style and shapes his approach to heroism. As Superman, John faces the challenge of living up to his father's legacy while defining his own identity. His journey centers on reconciling immense power with modern responsibility, seeking solutions that reflect both hope and progress. Through his experiences, he evolves from a child hero into a symbol of renewal and continuity for the Superman lineage. Connor Kent, also known as Superboy and Kon-El, is a hero genetically created through advanced cloning technology. He was produced by Project Cadmus following Superman's apparent death, originally conceived as a replacement meant to uphold the legacy of the Man of Steel. Connor's genetic structure was later revealed to contain the combined DNA of Superman and Lex Luthor, making him a hybrid embodying traits from both a Kryptonian hero and a human intellect often associated with moral ambiguity. His abilities derive primarily from his Kryptonian genetics, granting him powers including superhuman strength, speed, invulnerability, flight, heat and X-ray vision, and enhanced senses. In his early development, he also demonstrated tactile telekinesis, enabling him to manipulate matter through physical contact, setting him apart from a standard Kryptonian power set. After emerging from Cadmus, Connor took the name Superboy and became active during the period when multiple figures attempted to succeed Superman. Over time, he adopted the Kryptonian name Kon-El and later the civilian identity of Connor Kent, solidifying his place within both the Superman family and Earth's hero community. Connor's affiliations have prominently included membership in Young Justice and the Teen Titans. Through these teams, he forged close relationships with other emerging heroes, contributing to the collaborative structure of the new generation within the DC universe. His experiences in these groups tested his loyalty and self-control, particularly when he came under the influence of Lex Luthor, forcing him to confront the duality within his genetic origins. Connor's path has included significant trials, including his death during the events of Infinite Crisis and subsequent resurrection through a Kryptonian healing matrix in a future timeline before returning to the present. These experiences deepened his perspective on identity, mortality, and purpose, reinforcing his commitment to the ideals represented by Superman while accepting his own individuality. At the core of Connor's character is the struggle to reconcile the opposing influences within him, the selfless virtue of Superman and the manipulative ambition of Lex Luthor. This conflict defines his moral development and ongoing pursuit of autonomy. Rather than merely being a product of his creators, he chooses to shape his own destiny, emphasizing free will over genetic design. Connor Kent remains a key figure representing legacy and renewal within the Superman mythos. Tim Drake is a member of Gotham's Bat family who serves as a detective, strategist, and link between established heroes and newer vigilantes. He first appears as a young boy investigating the identities of Batman and Nightwing. Observing the dynamics of Gotham's heroes, Tim deduces their secret identities and becomes determined to take on the role of Robin following the death of Jason Todd, the second Robin. He officially assumes the Robin mantle with Batman's approval, developing skills in detective work, martial arts, acrobatics, tactical planning, and the use of advanced technology. Tim's defining qualities include exceptional intelligence, analytical reasoning, and methodical problem-solving, which complement the more physically oriented abilities of other Bat family members. Following his tenure as Robin, Tim adopts the Red Robin identity after the Battle for the Cowl event, operating independently and often globally. In this phase, he continues to act as a detective and strategist, expanding his reach beyond Gotham while maintaining ties to the Bat family. In more recent continuity, Tim returns to the Robin mantle, working alongside current Bat family members in Gotham City, providing guidance and stabilizing the team through both investigative and combat roles. He has been affiliated with the Bat family and has participated in teams such as the Teen Titans and Young Justice, connecting legacy heroes with the next generation. Key challenges in Tim's career include living up to the legacy of previous Robins and Batman, establishing his own identity as a hero, and balancing cerebral detective work with the physical demands of vigilantism. His growth reflects the combination of legacy and innovation, representing both continuity and adaptation within the Bat family. Tim Drake remains a central figure in Gotham, bridging the gap between veteran heroes and emerging vigilantes, demonstrating how intelligence and strategy can complement traditional physical heroics in the DC universe. Cassandra Cain is the daughter of David Cain, a master assassin, and Lady Shiva, a renowned martial artist. From infancy, she was trained as a weapon, learning to read body language as her primary form of communication and relying on movement as her key method of perception. She is introduced as a young fighter with an extraordinary, highly disciplined upbringing. Her early career develops during the No Man's Land storyline, in which Gotham City is isolated after a catastrophic earthquake. Cassandra saves Commissioner James Gordon's life during this crisis, earning Bruce Wayne's recognition and acceptance into the Bat family. She assumes the mantle of Batgirl, becoming the fourth character to hold that identity. Operating primarily in Gotham City, she distinguishes herself through exceptional martial arts skill, peak human conditioning, and an acute ability to interpret physical motion. Despite her lethal training, she adheres to a strict moral code that forbids killing. Later, Cassandra adopts the codename Orphan, signifying a broader role within the Bat family beyond the Batgirl identity. She participates in teams such as the Outsiders and engages in major Gotham-centric events, where she collaborates with other heroes in the city. Cassandra's character arc centers on reconciling her upbringing as an assassin with her choice to operate as a protector under Batman's guidance. This tension between conditioned lethality and moral restraint shapes her growth, highlighting transformation through agency and disciplined heroism. As a next-generation hero, Cassandra represents the evolution of Gotham's vigilante tradition. She embodies legacy while redefining heroism through personal choice, rehabilitation, and ethical development. She remains an active and influential figure within the Bat family, serving as a stabilizing and formidable presence in Gotham's community of heroes. Stephanie Brown is the daughter of Arthur Brown, also known as Cluemaster, a recurring villain in Gotham City. Her early life was shaped by her father's criminal activities, which motivated her to adopt the vigilante identity, Spoiler, operating independently to disrupt her father's schemes by exposing and intervening in his criminal operations. In this role, she developed skills in stealth, investigation, and gadget use, relying on her resourcefulness and determination rather than superhuman abilities. Stephanie briefly assumed the mantle of Robin, becoming the fourth individual to hold the role role. Her tenure as Robin was marked by a confrontation with Black Mask, which left her critically injured and presumed dead. Following her recovery, she later adopted the Batgirl identity, becoming the latest in a line of Bat family members to operate under that mantle. As Batgirl, Stephanie functions as an integrated member of Gotham's Bat family network, working alongside Batman and other vigilantes. She expanded her abilities in martial arts, acrobatics, detective work, and team coordination, while contributing her resilience, moral determination, and independent perspective. Her experience overcoming a criminal-influenced upbringing to embrace heroism highlights her adaptability and growth. Stephanie's journey emphasizes perseverance, personal choice, and moral development. She demonstrates that legacy within the Bat family can be earned through action and dedication rather than inherited alone. She remains active in Gotham City as Batgirl, connecting previous generations of heroes with newer members and embodying the evolution of the next generation of Gotham's vigilantes. Wallace West is a speedster in the DC universe who assumes the mantle of Kid Flash and represents a younger generation within the Flash legacy. He is the son of Daniel West, the third Reverse Flash, and the cousin of Wally West, the original Kid Flash and later Flash. This familial connection positions him within the Flash family, a network of legacy speedsters. He gains his superhuman speed and related abilities through exposure to the Speed Force during a Speed Force storm. His powers include super speed, enhanced reflexes, intangibility through vibration, and other traits common to Flash-type heroes. Wallace is affiliated with the Flash family and has participated in youth-focused teams such as the Teen Titans, contributing to collaborative efforts alongside other young heroes. Wallace's character development focuses on mastering his powers, living up to the Kid Flash title, and establishing his identity within the context of his more experienced relatives. His storylines explore the challenges of legacy, speedster responsibilities, and time-related conflicts. As a new generation hero, Wallace connects the established Flash lineage with contemporary youth heroes. He blends the traditions of Wally West and Barry Allen with his own perspective, bringing energy, initiative, and a modern sensibility to Central City's hero community. Wallace West continues to operate as Kid Flash, balancing legacy and innovation, and serves as a key representative of the next generation of DC speedsters. Emiko Queen is a hero in the DC universe who assumes the mantle of Red Arrow and represents a younger generation within the Green Arrow legacy. She is the daughter of Robert Queen, the father of Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, and Shadow, an expert archer and assassin. As an infant, Emiko was kidnapped by Simon LaCroix, also known as Komodo, who raised her within a clan of archers and trained her in combat and assassination techniques. Initially, her loyalties are ambiguous due to her upbringing under Komodo. After discovering her true parentage, Emiko rejects her former master and aligns with her half-brother Oliver, embracing heroism. Taking the codename Red Arrow, she utilizes expert archery, hand-to-hand combat, acrobatics, and tactical awareness in her crime-fighting activities. Emiko operates primarily in Seattle, alongside Green Arrow, and has participated in teams such as the Teen Titans, representing the next generation of heroes. Her character combines the Queen family's archery legacy with the combat training inherited from Shadow and Komodo. Emiko's abilities rely on precision, physical conditioning, adaptability, and mental discipline rather than superhuman powers. Her story emphasizes choosing heroism over past conditioning and navigating her complex family heritage. As a new generation hero, Emiko bridges the established Green Arrow lineage with emerging young heroes, bringing modern energy and perspective to a legacy mantle. She remains active as Red Arrow in Seattle and among teen hero teams, continuing the Arrow family's mission while representing the next phase of its legacy. Jackson Hyde is a hero in the DC universe who assumes the mantle of Aquaman, representing a new generation of Atlantean and surface-dwelling heroes. He is the son of Lucia Hyde, an Atlantean exile from Zeeble, and the villain Black Manta. His dual heritage situates him between the underwater realm of Atlantis and the surface world, influencing both his abilities and perspective. As he matures, he develops Atlantean physiology, including the ability to breathe underwater, swim at superhuman speed, and later manipulate water through hydrokinesis. His hero journey intensifies when he joins the Teen Titans, confronting his lineage and the influence of his father. Jackson eventually assumes the mantle of Aquaman, succeeding Arthur Curry and operating both underwater in Atlantis and on the surface. His activities encompass coastal cities, Atlantean politics, and collaborations with other heroes. Jackson's abilities and qualities include leadership, physical prowess, adaptability, and a commitment to bridging the surface and underwater worlds. His major challenge involves reconciling his father's legacy as Black Manta with his heroic responsibilities and allegiance to Atlantis. As a new generation hero, Jackson connects the legacy of Aquaman with contemporary themes of identity, dual heritage, and youth leadership. He remains an active hero in the DC universe, participating in teams and major events while representing the modern evolution of the Aquaman mantle. Jessica Cruz is a hero in the DC Universe, who serves as a new generation Green Lantern, representing courage, willpower, and resilience. Her origin involves a traumatic experience in which she witnessed the murder of her friends during a hunting trip, resulting in severe anxiety and fear. This trauma initially makes her vulnerable to the Ring of Volthoom, a fear-based power ring which temporarily influences her actions until she is rescued and guided by the Justice League and other Lanterns. She ultimately receives a standard Green Lantern ring, joining the Corps as a fully trained Lantern. Her powers stem from her Green Lantern ring, granting her the ability to fly, survive in space, and create energy constructs limited only by her imagination and willpower. Jessica operates primarily on Earth, within Sector 2814, and affiliates with the Green Lantern Corps, the Justice League, and youth-oriented hero groups. She frequently collaborates with other human Lanterns, such as Simon Baz, while also engaging in crossovers that connect her to the wider DC universe. Her character arc emphasizes overcoming fear, building confidence, and managing personal anxiety, while assuming heroic responsibility. Jessica exemplifies a modern approach to heroism, demonstrating that courage includes emotional resilience as well as physical action. As a new generation hero, she continues the legacy of the Green Lanterns while introducing contemporary themes of mental health and human vulnerability. She remains an active Lantern, embodying the values of will, perseverance, and heroic growth.